Please welcome to the stage President, Nightingale College, Jeff Olson.
Graduates, faculty, family, friends, and distinguished guests, welcome to the graduation celebration for the fall 2023 and spring and summer 2024 graduating cohorts. First, I wish to note that this event is unique and distinct from a traditional commencement ceremony. Online commencement ceremonies for each of the cohorts in attendance at Nightingale College take place shortly after the conclusion of the final semester of academic work for each cohort. The online commencement ceremonies are comprised of the granting of awards and honors, nursing induction ceremonies that include the nurse pledge, the nurse pinning, the lighting of the lamps, and the formal conferral of degrees. Some of you participated in an additional nurse pinning ceremony just before this event as well. No matter which ceremonies you've attended or will attend, your achievements are worth celebrating here. Today's event, our annual graduation celebration, bring together multiple cohorts of graduates and alumni over the course of the year to join together in person and celebrate your achievements as graduates of Nightingale College. Graduates, you have attended courses, studied practice questions, submitted assignments, taken exams, shared your frustrations and your triumphs with faculty and staff, all behind a computer screen. With the exception of your on-ground assignments, you may not have met your professors and some of your fellow learners in person. Today's celebration is your chance to shine, surrounded by many people you love and respect in front of your families and friends. You'll walk across the stage being cheered on by your loved ones as a well-deserved honor for your academic achievement. We hope you'll take advantage of the opportunity to meet your fellow learners, faculty, your support strategists, and others, and that you'll take a lot of photos too. We are grateful to have you, graduates, friends, family, faculty, and community for this in-person celebration with this distinguished group of scholars. As noted, I am Dr. Jeffrey Olson, President of Nightingale College, and I wish to recognize the presence of the college senior leadership on the stage with me. Here in our front row, we have members of our Board of Managers, starting with Mikhail Schneider, who is our CEO of Nightingale Education Group. Next to him, we have Dr. Charles Cook, President of our Board, or our Chairman of our Board of Managers. Followed by Dr. Gideon Nasuzar, Dr. Marianne Ponte, Dr. Mary Bittnar, and Jason Woody. In the back row are members of our college senior leadership team as well. We have Bernard Austin, who's in charge of our alumni relations. Gina Reese, our Chief Enrollment Officer. Dr. Diane Johnson, our Vice President of Learner Experience and Provost. Dr. Susan Brown, who is our Assistant Vice Provost. Dr. Joni Krupa, our Director of Nursing Education. Dr. Alan Preiser, who is our Director of General Education. And Dr. Ray Malberg, who is the Director of Learner Experience. I'd also like to note the presence of faculty, staff, and other support services who are in attendance with us today, who are serving both as ushers and helping support our other spaces where this is being broadcast. We recognize their tireless work and contribution to the success of our learners and our graduates. We also wish to recognize distinguished members of our community and the nation in attendance today, including our Salt Lake City Mayor, Aaron Mendenhall, and our U.S. House of Representatives for the Utah 4th District, Burgess Owens, who you will hear from momentarily. We would also like to acknowledge all the friends, families, neighbors, colleagues, and others who are present with us today and those whose influence have led to this moment. who have supported our graduates through their rigorous program and continue to support them today as they have joined or are transitioning into professional practice. We invite our graduates to join with us in a round of applause to acknowledge their support network of friends and families, without whom this would not be possible. Lastly, it is my distinct privilege to welcome all of our graduated and graduating learners to this graduation celebration in honor of you and your achievements. Serving as our host for this celebration, I wish to welcome our distinguished mayor of Salt Lake City, Utah, Mendenhall, for a few brief remarks.
Wilson.
Thank you.
Hello, graduates. How are you feeling? I want to feel it. I went back to school and did my master's degree not that long ago, so I'm feeling the graduation final vibe from you, and I'm so happy to be here and celebrate with you today. Hello to each of you, graduates, your families, all the supportive friends and networks out there, the faculty, and all of the dignitaries here today. I am honored to have been invited by Nightingale College to welcome you. I welcome you to Salt Lake City, and I want to be here also to celebrate your hard work. I want to officially welcome you to Salt Lake City. We are home to Tech Lake City, where we work to attract life science and healthcare innovation companies who help cultivate modern medical solutions. And we're also home, as you know, to the Utah Jazz, the Utah Hockey Club, and very recently, we were officially named the host of the 2034 Olympic and Paralympic Winter Games. All of these winter activities that we're known for are, and the subsequent injuries that ensue are sure to keep everybody who stays in Utah quite busy throughout the year here. Salt Lake City is really proud to be a part of Nightingale's history. And there's plenty of history and memories being made right here in Salt Lake City too. So I hope that you get the chance this weekend to venture out, get out of the windowless ballroom that we'll celebrate in this afternoon, and check out our downtown. Go up into the foothills, get into the mountains, and start to make your own memories here if you're new. Nightingale has grown up in Salt Lake City, and we're so excited to host your annual graduation celebration, and we look forward, we hope, to many more to come. From a tiny school in Ogden, Utah, to this graduation with more than 2,000 participants, and a school that has nearly 800 collaborators working together every day to close healthcare equity gaps and to solve the national nursing shortage, which is a critical issue here in Utah, where we have the lowest per capita in the nation. We need you. Your communities need you, wherever home is. And you're going to have such a meaningful legacy and the potential to make a profound impact in your families, in your communities, and really in the world. Thank you to Nightingale College. Thank you for being an important contributor to our city and our state. Thank you for inviting me to be a small part of Nightingale's most important annual celebration. And my sincere congratulations to each of you and all of your support systems on what you are achieving today. Graduates, I sincerely wish you a most successful and fulfilling career in nursing. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Mendenhall, for your support and your presence with us here today. I would now like to invite United States Representative to the U.S. Congress for the Utah 4th District, Representative Burgess Owens, for brief remarks.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. First of all, congratulations. Let me just give you a little bit of history and why what you're doing is so important for Utah, obviously, but also for our country. I played in the NFL for 10 years. I was back with the Raiders back when they used to win football games. I know some of you young people wouldn't. It used to be a time, believe it or not. Let me tell you, though, a little bit of that journey that you guys are experiencing right now that I want you to appreciate and know this is just the beginning of some great things. You see, I got to Raiders Super Bowl championship my 13th season in the league. Before that, my last year in high school was a losing season. 4 years University of Miami, losing seasons. 7 years with the Jets. And for those who keep with the NFL, the Jets are doing today what they did 40 years ago. Cannot figure out how to make this thing work. 12 seasons of losing to finally get to that one season that was all worth it. And let me just tell you, what you guys experience right now, and everybody will have is your lifetime. You experience it at this moment, your 13th season. And that's the time when you say, you know, it's all been worth it. The hard nights, the long days, the sacrifice, the going through life at the same time you're trying to make sure that you're getting your classwork done. That is the 13th season, it's well worth it, and here you are sitting in front, getting your applause, getting appreciated, and your parents and family behind you just so proud of you. The 13th season only happens, though, when you go to the 12. And the 12 is you guys can also recognize those ups and downs in life. It's those things you say, well, why in the world am I here? How can I get out of this? This is not what I was signed up for. But it's during those 12 tough times, the seasons, where you learn things like tenacity, faith, loyalty, dreaming big no matter what the obstacle might be. And the fact you now experience your 13th season says it truly is all worth it. So just know this, your 13th season will be our 13th season. As a state and as a country, we need you desperately. We need the empathy that you'll have as you go out and serve those that you'll be serving. We need the empathy of realizing that sometimes you see people going through tough times, and because you have a good heart, you ache with them. That's the kind of service and that's the kind of people we need to have. I'll say this, you're going in an industry right now that's so well needed. And I think over the last few years, we've seen that more than ever. We call it essential. We all are essential, by the way. But what you're doing is very, very special, and you're going to add a lot of hope to a lot of folks. Let me just give you an idea. I have a personal experience. My deputy district director, Alex Johnson, his wife is also a nurse. She actually got her degree. She started in 2020. She's now what's called a floating nurse. She works in surgery and operations. The lifestyle they're developing, the options she has, she wants to be a full-time mom one day. She can still do that and still, as a floating nurse, stay certified as a nurse. What I'm saying is you work hard. You use meritocracy as your goal. Meritocracy is this. You work harder than the person next to you. You hustle harder than the next person next to you. You make sure that you're giving value. So when people have a choice of who to pick and who to choose, you are the one they pick and choose. I talk about Sarah because she's an example of what could happen. You take this profession you're in right now, fall in love with it, fall in love with the service you give. Never complain about the tough times because you will go through those tough times. Be the person that when you think about hustle, they think about you. And you'll have within the next 2 to 4 to 6 to 8 years options that you will really appreciate, the ability to live your American dream. So let me just say this as I wrap up. We live in the greatest country in the history of mankind. It's a absolutely. Never forget that. Never forget that you're in a position that millions and millions of people across this country, millions of people that came before you, wish they could be sitting where you are right now. You have a dream. You have the opportunity to go out there and try hard, and you fall flat on your face, you get back up again. That's the way the American dream works. Because you learn through the tough times, you learn through the up times. And the most important thing you can say when it's all said and done, the most powerful 9 words that American can tell another one is if I can do it, you can do it. So you guys get that done. What I just told you about Sarah, guess what? If Sarah can do it, you can do it. She sat in your same position not too long ago. And the options they have right now is just really remarkable. So work hard, continue to make your parents and your family proud. Can I just say this one thing, last thing, little thing? Be that person, no matter what the environment is, that you're the person that gives hope. You're the one in the room that is uplifting. When folks are being negative about everything around you, you're the one that says, no, this is the way it really works. Keep a focus on your dreams. Dream big. Stay hopeful. And you succeed and let people know they can do the same. That is your mission. And I tell you what, we're looking forward to a lot of people in your profession, health profession, that you will serve and families will be benefiting because of your attitude and your actions and your talent. So thank you so much, my friends. Keep it up. Congratulations, and go out and make it happen, okay? Thank you. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much for your service and support of the nursing profession and Nightingale College, Representative Owens. Before we go a little further, we recognize that this room is quite large. There are many, many people who are here with us celebrating the graduation celebration, but not all who are part of the celebration could be with us today for a variety of different reasons. So to honor them, we'd also like to highlight some of the remarkable diversity and achievement that is present in this cohort of graduates. So I want to describe some of the information that we have and know about this group. In this cohort, if we can get that, there we go. In this cohort of those who are honored in this celebration, we have learners in 33 of 50 states. Of that population, you can see a diverse population of individuals in there. We are not one monolith, just as the country is not, and this generation of nurses represents the population of whom they serve. Also want to recognize that this population is very diverse in age. We often think of those graduating college as being in that short little time band of 18 to 24, but we are here celebrating a population that goes all the way from 60 to 18. So, in addition to that, we have an incredibly accomplished group academically with us. The average GPA of this cohort is 3.66. Within that group, there are 123 of you who are graduating cum laude. There are another 119 of you who are graduating magna cum laude. And of highest achievement, summa cum laude, 141 of you. Within this group, there are also 21 of you with perfect 4.0s. You are an incredible group of individuals that we have in front of us. I am honored to be here to help officiate your celebration of graduating today. This generation of nurses graduating rises to the challenge of unimaginable in earlier generations. When obstacles block your paths, these learners become stronger rather than weaker, committed rather than indifferent, and empowered rather than defeated. These learners are aware of the problems in the healthcare system, but because of who they are, they create better working environments, more effective preventative care, and stronger nursing presence in the places where decisions are made. Now it is your turn to pick up the torch, light your lamps, lead the nation and the world into Nightingale College's vision for a better world through better humanity and better health. Graduates and alumni, we salute you. I would now like to welcome to the stage Dr. Charles Cook, Chairman of the Board of Managers for Nightingale Education Group, for the presentation and awarding of an honorary doctoral degree. Charles.
Thank you. It's great. As Chair of the Board of Managers, I personally want to thank and acknowledge each of your accomplishments, the graduates. You've worked hard, and I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad to be here. But the business at hand is to acknowledge and award an honorary doctorate to our CEO, Nightingale CEO, Mikhail Schneider. And I have a few words here to read up here, in here, as to why, in effect, we're awarding this degree. Mikhail Schneider, please stand by me. Mikhail Snyder, today the Board of Managers of Nightingale College honors you for your extraordinary accomplishments as a visionary and educational leader. You have conceived of and built one of the most innovative and successful schools of nursing in America, Nightingale College. It continues to successfully operate and prepare scores of individuals for professional practice, thereby changing their own lives as well as the families and communities, all the while helping to meet a great national need. Through its example and your advocacy, it is positively affecting the manner and means of nurse education, thereby advancing the quality of healthcare in our republic. Born in the USSR during the Cold War, into a family of various ethnicities and religious faiths, you experienced systematic Soviet persecution against Jews and were regularly bullied. As a teenager, you successfully encouraged your parents to apply for refugee status, which was eventually graduated. And together with your mother, Rosa, your father, Arcadia, and brother Eugene, apologies to the family for the pronunciations, you immigrated to the United States in 1992, while eventually becoming an exemplar of the successful American immigrant story. Your beginnings may not have seemed auspicious, having to work many odd jobs, including bussing tables, donning a purple Barney Dinosaur costume in the summer's heat, posing with children to sell Polaroid pictures for $1. And though this possibly should not be mentioned, bearing it all as a go-go dancer in a Manhattan nightclub. To borrow the title of Fatboy Slim's 1996 compact disc, you come a long way, baby. Your first experience with providing healthcare came in your elementary school years, assisting your grandmother in caring for your disabled mother. Taking gratification and satisfaction from that role and finding yourself good at it, good at nursing, nursing seemed like a logical career. You completed your nurse training in Belarus prior to immigration to the United States. Once in the United States, you perfected fluency in English over several years in preparation for taking your nursing exam, which took 2 tries, but you did it. Any feelings of doubt as to your career choice were erased as you took to bedside nursing care, mostly in nephrology and dialysis, where you saw how your work in caring for fragile patients directly improved their health and happiness. Nursing was no longer a default degree, but your passion in life's work. Seeking greater impact, you pursued supervisory and management roles as a path to promoting and achieving good health care outcomes. While taking increasingly important roles in clinical positions, you successfully pursued the Bachelor of Business Administration and later achieved, hang on. Thank you. Finished your MBA at the Haas School of Business at the University of California, Berkeley. In your own words, I thought becoming a supervisor would be the best way to motivate people to share my passion for good healthcare outcomes. But then at Haas, you were asked if you ever considered education as the focus for your professional energies in healthcare. Again, in your own words, I thought it over and I realized that I'm going to change the world through education. Over the next several years, in the first decade of the 20th century, you developed broad and deep experience in post-secondary education for the health professions and the healthcare delivery systems, building expertise in strategic planning, organizational development, and management in several successfully important positions among institutions of higher education in Northern California. However, Utah beckoned. Nightingale College in Ogden, then a small nursing school, recently changed hands and was seeking new leadership and offered you the opportunity to be president in 2012. The college was on the ropes. Its life expectancy probably measured in hours when you took the helm. It provided heart-stopping challenges, but it also provided a nearly clean slate to fashion a healthcare educational institution reflective of your values and aspirations. Turnarounds are never easy. Nightingale was no exception. While resolving crippling financial issues, a board of managers was created, a competent staff or collaborators were assembled, students or learners were recruited in increasing numbers, while experimentation in technologically based educational delivery systems was fearlessly undertaken. Mistakes were made, invariably turned into salutary lessons. You learned to become a chief executive officer with increasing competence, which is no surprise, and Nightingale College emerged ever stronger even following the pandemic we had. From the beginning, Nightingale endeavored to become an online educational institution to the extent possible. The virtual nature of Nightingale's curriculum, coupled with the partnerships created in healthcare organizations across the country, was and remains revolutionary and has been extraordinarily successful. Starting with little more than a handful of students, and its subsequent growth has been truly remarkable. In the decades since you took charge, Nightingale College has expanded its enrollment to over 5,400 learners, which is expected to exceed 6,200 in the days ahead. It helped scores of learners become licensed registered nurses, and perhaps more importantly, these learners reflect the communities and look like the people they will serve. Other relevant statistics are equally impressive. Nightingale enjoys a 91% retention rate. 73% of the learners persist to completion. It has an 89% three-year licensure rate with 620 graduates licensed in 2023. 69% of its learner population is ethnically diverse, and more than 50% have household incomes of $52,000 or less. Nightingale employs approximately 900 collaborators, both faculty and staff. These numbers are increasing, and it's important to recall that it has been achieved in just over a decade, with greater growth ahead as Nightingale continues to evolve and mature. You often observe with a smile that your goal for Nightingale is world domination, and we think you're only partly in jest. Hang on for a moment. Boy Scouts motto, be prepared. Whoop. Well, thank you for your patience. Not too much more to go here. It's important to recognize that Nightingale is not just about growing numbers and application of technology, as important as those things are. Development and hardwiring of a unique educational institutional culture has been equally important as a source of Nightingale's success and as a marker of character and values. Among those values are an emphasis on deliberate involvement, grounded in love, trust, forgiveness, courage, and kindness, and the need to strive for self-governing and self-actualization and self-transcending, and the importance of acting with a growth mindset. Transparency and responsibility while building a community. All these things you call evolvitude. These are not just words that you might find on some obscure college wall. They are sentiments that are electrically alive and visible in the daily life of the institution, making Nightingale a great place to work and to learn. You are very much a creator of the culture and its realization. Mikhail, you would be the first to declare that all of this could not have been possible, could not have been accomplished without the involvement of hundreds of collaborators who are deserving of their own, who are deserving of acknowledgement for their countless contributions. Our hat goes off to them. We would be remiss if we did not include Jim Kirk, your husband, who has provided you invaluable support and encouragement along the way. Mikhail Schneider, for these truly exceptional accomplishments, and others for which there's just not enough space or time to include today, and for the positive impact thereby made on the healthcare in America, the Board of Managers of Nightingale College is proud to award you the Doctorate of Nurse Education and Leadership and Innovation, honoris causa, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. Right. Could Dr. Gideon Izuzor and Dr. Marianne Ponte hood the candidate? I don't know. And here's the diploma.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you, Charles.
Oh, it's great. I'll give the floor to you. All right? You okay?
All right, I'm good.
Great.
I'm good. Thank you. Thank you all. I'll go regroup myself.
Thank you, Charles, and congratulations once again to Dr. Mikhail Schneider. Momentarily, we'll hear from Dr. Mikhail Schneider, but I want to reintroduce him to everyone here. Mikhail Schneider is the founder and chief executive officer of Nightingale Education Group, a mission-driven organization focused on innovative healthcare workforce development across the entire professional continua, from certificate programs to graduate studies to reskilling and upskilling through continuing education. From 2012 until 2023, Schneider served as the first president of Nightingale College, a higher learning institution dedicated to closing educational equity gaps and creating geographic, socioeconomic, and demographic access to the nursing profession throughout the United States. A registered nurse for more than 25 years, Schneider has a wealth of management experience in post-secondary education for health professions and healthcare delivery services. He is a published academic author, conference speaker, and guest lecturer specializing in strategic planning, organizational development, forecasting, and management. Schneider holds a Master's of Business Administration degree from the University of California at Berkeley's Haas School of Business, and now an honorary doctorate from Nightingale College. Now I would like to invite newly minted Dr. Mikhail Schneider to deliver our keynote address.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for the introduction, Dr. Olson, and what an incredible honor. I'm just humbled to be wearing these regalia, and I extend my deepest gratitude to Charles and the rest of the board for bestowing this award upon me. I'd like to thank you all for being here, commemorating this day and rejoicing together in the accomplishments of this incredible group of people. I'm thrilled to see my family here celebrating this momentous occasion with me. My dad, Arkady, is right there, and Mom, Rosa, who sacrificed so much for their eldest son's dreams. My younger brother, Eugene, right there, who at a very young age had to forge his own way in an unfamiliar land. My mother-in-law, Audrey, she's right there, who never failed to love her son and then extended that love to me. Thank you for being here. And of course, my husband, Jim, who shone his very bright light in my darkest days when we first met, and for nearly 25 years now, unyieldingly supported me in all my passions endeavors. Without all these wonderful people in my life, this whole celebration would not have been a reality. To all of you, my debt of gratitude could never be fully repaid. My fellow collaborators, there you are, I see some of you over there. Your passion, your commitment, your impact never ceases to amaze me. So thank you so much for being on this journey alongside me. And I share this honor with you, all of you. So thank you, thank you. Now, all of us being here today at Nightingale College's graduation celebration was an utter improbability not too long ago. My standing here before you accepting this honorary doctorate and delivering this keynote address, by all calculations, should have never happened. And yet, here we are. So please indulge me for a few minutes while together we explore how this seemingly impossible became this epic. How about that? You're with me? Let's do it. So, for as long as I can remember myself, I dreamt of peace. I yearned for peace. I dreamt of a better life, a better world, something I know we all desire. And for the longest time, paralyzed with fear, enveloped in doubt, and drowning in shame, I didn't realize that mere dreaming could not bring by a beautiful tomorrow. You see, I don't remember what I was thinking when that picture was taken. I don't remember what I was feeling. What I remember from that time is that the most of what I felt was despair. But let's rewind a little and start at the beginning, really. As Charles mentioned, I was born in the early 1970s in the former Soviet Union. Very unusual family, multi-ethnic, multi-religion. My parents getting together was an improbability in itself. And I attribute them actually being able to get together and do it to teenage hormones and, horniness generally. And then they kind of did it and then decided to figure it out, all of the rest of it later. Now, I grew up, though, as a persecuted ethnic minority in my former home of Belarus. I endured bullying since a very young age. My first memory, really vivid memory, is that in a kindergarten, I was about 5 years old, and another kid, a couple of weeks into it, came up to me, and he uttered a word that I have never heard, and then proceeded to smack me in the face with a rock, splitting open right near my eye, nearly missed my eye, and I still have a scar right there to show it. Obviously, blood has kind of gushed out of the wound, and my teachers were screaming, and they took me to urgent care. I got stitches, and then after I got home, I asked my parents what that word meant, and they didn't have a good answer. It was an ethnic slur that was used, and all my parents could say is that other people were just not nice. This continued on and on and on. In 6th grade, a kid came from behind me and knocked me on my head with a backpack full of heavy textbooks. I had a concussion. I was in a hospital. I didn't understand why the world was so cruel to me, why other kids were so cruel to me. What did I do to deserve that cruelty? I was always afraid, always. I was afraid to go to school constantly. I was ashamed of being different. because I thought, look, they know better, right? They know better. If they say those words, something must be wrong with me. That fear and that shame turned into anger, turned into hatred toward those who hated me. Another thing I experienced during my childhood, that didn't happen during my childhood. That is my hometown where I grew up at the end of the World War II. My grandparents experienced it. Horrible hardships through unimaginable things. Experiencing really paralyzing fear. The story is my mom's mother. Her parents were executed in the early days of occupation of Belarus. She was about 14. She called herself an orphan for her entire life. My grandfather enlisted at the age of 16 and was on the front lines survived through the entire war. Was a hopeless alcoholic. Couldn't get over the shame and the fear and everything that one must feel when you're pushed to kill other people and pushed to defend yourself in that way. I grew up petrified of war. Now, I was born in the middle of one. Wasn't, it was very covered. It was called the Cold War. But being constantly afraid and petrified of a nuclear bomb dropping on me and killing me and my family and everybody that I knew, that was real. That fear was real. I had the first nuclear bomb drill in the second grade when they ushered us kids into the shelter, like that's gonna help anything, and said, if you hear this alarm, go there. And I raised my hand and I asked, hey, can I bring my dog? And they said, absolutely not. Oh my goodness, I cried. I marched home. I told my parents I will never go unless she can go. I was afraid of losing my dog. Fear, constant fear. Then, as you heard Charles mention, my mom got really, really sick. She had encephalitis, and she spent months in a hospital. She died clinically twice, was brought back to life. She survived, she was discharged, but became really, really ill and disabled for a while. And so my grandmother and I were the primary caretakers. And although I didn't know it at the time, I was so afraid of losing my mom. And then after a while, after several years, when she started to feel better and get better, all I wanted to do is help other moms so their kids wouldn't have to be afraid of losing their parent. That was the first of pivotal 3 commitments in my life. That was a commitment to better health. Then this happened. Some of you may recognize this is the site of the worst nuclear reactor meltdown disaster in the history of the world. This is called Chernobyl. Chernobyl was a few hundred miles upwind from where I lived. We didn't know about it. Kids played in acid rain. My brother was 3. Later, my parents were told they had to move away from where we lived because he would not survive. Fear. I was afraid of losing my baby brother. All this fear, all this doubt, all this shame became despair. I was trying to seek a way out. I even thought about ending it all, but didn't want to give up. I believed that something better, somewhere inside of me, something was saying something better is absolutely possible. Something better is out there. Somewhere over the rainbow must exist. And so in that search, I stumbled into and discovered the shining city on the hill, America, where liberty and justice are for all. Yeah. And get this is what I thought. And where all people live harmoniously, holding hands, singing Kumbaya. You know, streets probably paved with gold because why else it would be shining. I went to my parents, I was about 13, begged my parents, said, can we please move to America? Because I don't know about being here and surviving here and doing this here. My parents laughed. They're like, sure, dear. When America calls, we'll go. Well, I was like, give a boy a challenge. I went to libraries, you know, this is like pre-Google, obviously, and researched and talked to people. And how do you do this? Got an application form from an American embassy in Moscow. Filled it out, just told my story. I said, I don't think I'll be able to survive for much longer here. Can you please take me to America? It was sealed. My parents signed the application. We sealed it, sent it off. Couldn't wait for, for that to come back. I actually forgot about it for a while. And I couldn't wait to leave secondary school. And there was a mechanism to go leave a couple of years early and go into a career education. And guess what? I'm like, career education, I want to help people. Ta-da! I'm going to go into nursing. Passed my exams. I got admitted. I loved going to school. I loved the science of it. I loved the art of it. I loved the compassion of it. And there was a couple of Jewish kids in the class. Yeah. And I felt like I finally found my community, a cohort that I can belong with, that actually saw me for more than whatever else the rest of the world saw. I was still fearful, though, still wishing for peace, realizing that my future would be very bleak in Belarus. And then lo and behold, right as I was graduating from nursing school, America called. It was like, hey, Mikhail. So we got on a train, we went to Moscow, we went for an interview at the American embassy. I described my story again, and we got granted a refugee status to immigrate into the United States. We had to get out of where we were within 6 months. It was an absolute heartbreak for my mom, leaving her parents. And then I thought, that's all right, because we're going to the shining city on the hill, Yay, life is made. I got the golden ticket. We had about $4,000, some of which turned out to be counterfeit. And confiscated by the FBI in like our first 2 weeks of being in the States. Yeah, this is what we came to. I was like, where's the gold? Little one-bedroom cramped apartment, 4 of us, no air conditioner, middle of August, New York City. 90s. Lived in poverty. Had to survive. Charles described my numerous vocations. Already, I worked as a CNA on a night shift on a dementia unit, having all sorts of poop flung out of me, dodging, I was bussing tables in Russian-speaking restaurants. I was selling camera equipment on Brighton Beach to Russian-speaking people. Sweating under the Barney suit. Yeah, my dad and I were taking turns. $1 a pop for Polaroids. And as you already heard, yep. Didn't help my self-esteem whatsoever. All I wanted to do is to be a nurse. I needed a license. I didn't speak a word of English. So I was ashamed, feeling responsible for uprooting my family and then having nothing to show for it. Trying to learn enough English to sit for NCLEX. And then NCLEX, that time has come, 1996. 1996, 4 years after immigrating. I thought I had enough English under my belt to go ahead and sit for this exam on which the rest of my life depended on. Yeah? Anybody else felt that way in this crowd? I am sure you have felt it. I was so nervous. I was so anxious. Words just jumbled. I couldn't. I sat there for the entire time, a lot of time. I didn't get to all of the questions. I knew I failed. I, however, got out of there, quite literally smacked myself in the face, and said, okay, man, you got to snap out of it. 30 days later, minimum number of questions, I passed it. That taught me to embrace failure and push forward. My job, as Charles mentioned, was in dialysis. I moved to Florida. I got a job as a dialysis floor nurse for $17 an hour. I was just beside myself, thinking, oh my God, I'm rich. This is $34 about today, equivalent. I was rich. Oh my goodness. Life was great. I loved complex chronic patient care. I was kind of disappointed in some of my nurse colleagues that were seemingly not as passionate about it as I was. And I wanted to increase my impact on patient outcomes. So I pursued supervisory roles. I was like, just make me a supervisor. I'm going to tell everybody what to do, and everything is going to be absolutely amazing. Yeah, that didn't work. But I got the jobs. And I knew about these patients that they can lead fulfilling and flourishing lives if only their wellness journeys were facilitated properly and compassionately. They can enjoy. I was enjoying life, really, for the first time. Finally, I have arrived. I got new friends, new boyfriend, and worked 3 days a week, off 4, was introduced to really sort of popular Florida recreational activity, drugs. Yep. One day after work, I was like, hey, yo, everybody, come to my house. We're going to have a party. I learned from Netflix later that that's called a farm party. Yep. Or maybe it was HBO. I don't remember. In any case, people brought stuff, put it in a bowl. And I thought, why not? Give a boy a challenge. You can only imagine what happened next. I overdosed. I had a near-death experience. In that experience, I was making deals with universe and whoever else was listening, asking for it to spare my life. And I was like, I'm not going to touch this stuff ever again, and I probably have some worth. And so I survived. I experienced my first panic attack the very next day. It was, those of you who have had them, you know how bad it is. Feels like your heart is stopping or beating out of your chest, like you do not have enough air in your lungs. Your palms are sweating. You're about to faint. And that was my life. That's what I couldn't deal with it really, really well. But I remembered anytime my grandparents felt any kind of hardship, for the extent that they could practice their religion back home where it was prohibited, they did it. And it brought them some solace. And that's what I was seeking. And there was a house of worship right down the street from where I lived. I walked in, I knocked on the door. This faith leader opened the door, smiled, welcomed me in, said, how can I be of help? I said, great, 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 great. I finally will have some support, some hope. He said, tell me about yourself. I said, why are you here? He said. I said, you know, I made an error, a pretty bad error. I took some drugs, and this is what happened. And he was like, oh, no, that's not good, but I'm glad you got through it. Like, okay, yes. He said, what else? What else can you tell me? I said, I'm a refugee. He's like, oh, great, great. Yay, welcome to America. Like, yay, great. What else? He said, he's like, I'm a nurse. Whoa! He's like, what? Man, that is fantastic. Good for you. Yay. What else? I go, gay? Yeah. Stop the presses. He says, no wonder your life is so bad. No wonder it is completely horrible. You brought this on yourself. The abomination that you are. I didn't know that word. I had to look it up. Wow. Darkness descended. I tried. I was like, I'm not going to be gay. Sure. Very simple fix. Just don't. Panic attacks continued more and more and more and more. Would not let go. Now I was afraid truly of being in my skin. Ashamed. Angry at that faith leader who I thought brought this on me. This shame, this loss of hope. Checked myself in twice into a psychiatric ward. Because as a nurse, I knew about 72-hour holds. Because I was ready to kill myself twice. Luckily for me, nurses were there. Other nurses were there. Seeing me as a human being in distress, in despair, providing comfort, caring for me, giving me hope. That hope became a dream of finding peace within both myself and outward. I wanted to live in peace. And then I realized something profound. In the words of Shonda Rhimes, dreams are lovely, but they are just dreams. Fleeting, ephemeral, pretty. But dreams do not come true just because you dream them. It's hard work that makes things happen. It is hard work that creates change. You did that hard work, and my road to recovery began then. I was finding wisdom rather than blame in my past failures, realizing that no one else is responsible for my happiness or unhappiness but me. I was choosing to elevate myself, changing from the inside out, relearning to breathe, to move, discovering that forgiving myself counteracts shame, and forgiving others is the antidote to anger and hatred. And I had to do a lot of forgiveness. I was starting to believe that, as with any other human being, I had an incredible, limitless potential. And that if it is peace and health that I desired the most, it was mine to build. And true passion was born. Then, in 2001, I had the privilege of standing in this room, somewhere on the balcony, surrounded by a crowd of people all kind of different people, all ethnicities, all races, speaking all different languages. They were all there for one reason and one reason only, same as me. So despite not finding the shining city on the hill when I landed on the American shores, I took the Pledge of Allegiance and became an American citizen that day. Thank you. But that pledge for liberty and justice for all was an unbreakable commitment, a pivotal one in my life. It wasn't just words. I committed to relentlessly contribute to building a more perfect union where justice is truly for all, when life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness is abound, and my own pursuit or somebody else's doesn't infringe on the same right that the rest of us have. A union where all can live in peace and harmony, and this harmony flows freely, albeit without kumbaya probably, but freely among people. That's the commitment that I made. I still had so much to learn, so much to do, so much to change. I pursued education. You heard about my degree. Berkeley didn't admit me on the first attempt. Nope. Not on the second attempt either. They're like, we don't know where Mintz Nursing School is. And your business degree is from University of Phoenix. Snobs, huh? Yeah, anyway, so I embraced that failure, learned from it, evolved, pushed forward. After the third application, I got an interview. And when the interviewer asked me what I wanted to do with it, I said, I want to have a larger impact on the lives of others. I want to change the world. And if giving the opportunity to learn from the best here, I can do that. So they finally admitted me. I loved school. Did I mention that I loved school? Okay, fantastic. Learning, I loved it. And the light that it was bringing, seeking the impact, that the impact could become larger and larger and larger. And after a career counseling advice, I pivoted my career into nursing education. I knew nothing about it. And as soon as I started learning about it, I realized how bad of a shape it was in. No access to it. Outdated curricula, discriminatory policies in the name of public protection. I wasn't sure I could make a change, that I could change anything at all. I had a horrible imposter syndrome starting in education and working in education. Still had some doubt and some fear, but I pushed forward. And with the desire for bigger impact and help of my Haas classmates, we started reimagining what nursing education could be. And I started bringing that to work and implementing that. And my career has flourished. And then my third and final pivotal commitment of my life came in a very unexpected place. After an investment firm invited me to build a nursing education organization of my dreams, a nursing education organization of tomorrow. I finished my job, my old job, and then I had about a year break, consulting and doing different things, and then I was drawn to go to Jerusalem. And we did, Jim and I did go. There, I had the very last panic attack of my life. Streets were narrow. My heart was beating out of its chest. This little voice in my head was saying, dare you, the abomination that you are, show up in this one holy place, one of the holiest places on the planet. That was scary. I thought it was it. And then the narrow street opened and I saw this in front of it. It's called the Western Wall. It's the wall of the city in Jerusalem, or the Wailing Wall, where in Jewish tradition people go to pray. And I went to that wall and I took a paper, like I saw what other people were doing, I wrote my wish. I wrote my prayer on it. I crumbled it. I stuffed it back in that wall. Did you know what I wrote? I said, I want to live in a space beyond fear. And you know what that was? 10 steps from the wall. I felt like this dark cloud has lifted off of my shoulders. I didn't even realize it was sitting there. It felt like I took the first breath of my life in that moment. But the third pivotal commitment was nothing else but committing to me, to take care of me. Because without that, I couldn't do anything else or be impactful anywhere else. So for several years after that, I pushed through the fear, finding peace, choosing to be better and kinder human being, reflecting and choosing the action based on that reflection, and committing to changing the outcome. See, our choices shape the world around us and far beyond. And you bent your reality. You have just bent your reality. You believed, right? That you can do this, or somebody believed for you that you could do this. And then you bent your reality, and here you are. My reality has bent as well. Nightingale College was born. We continue to build the frameworks around it. Charles mentioned those. It is about innovative design. It is about walking that pathway of collaboration and evolvitude with the goal of building a better world. That's what we did. We forged the pathway to bringing health equity everywhere, to elevating education, having that impact on the communities that we serve. And now, this is what you see before you. This Nightingale Education Group, something that was born of passion, something that was born of embracing failure courageously, something that was born of pushing forward from learning from that failure, resilient going forward through all of the barriers and naysayers. There was plenty of naysayers. Everybody said this was not possible. Every board of nursing, every legislator, Department of Education, accreditors, this is not possible. Well, they should come and look at it now, because it certainly was. I was imagining our impact, collective impact, really passionately, choosing reflectively, committing relentlessly, changing over and over and over again. So here you are today, and the impact going forward, that impact that you will drive there. That's the result of this for all of us, of this relentless pursuit. For me, after innovating within for a bit, changing the stories that I told myself, bending my reality for several years, in 2015, feeling on top of the universe, I finally met me for the first time. The peace that I am, the love that I am, the light that I am, that nobody can take away or extinguish. That is who we are as human beings. We carry that light. And nothing is impossible. Dreams can and do come true. You certainly worked very hard to be here today, to realize this particular dream. This pursuit was undoubtedly epic for you. You were epic in this pursuit. And yet this achievement is just the beginning. How will you use it? How will you continue to improve yourselves and your communities? What will you change? Will you be strong enough to overcome all of the obstacles, especially those within you? Will your passion sustain you on this arduous road that is still ahead of you? Will you look up to epic people who came before you? Martin Luther King Jr., Mahatma Gandhi, Mother Teresa, Nelson Mandela, Harvey Milk, Simone Biles. Will you be epic? Will you embrace failure courageously? Will you push forward resiliently? Will you imagine impact passionately? And will you choose reflectively, commit resolutely, and change relentlessly? So as you walk across this stage today, I invite you to reflect on all the new skills and competencies at your disposal. And how will you use those gifts? Will you unlock and harness your internal flame? Will you become your passion? Looking back at it all, what will be your impact? What will be your legacy? Years from now, will you stand on this stage again, like I do today, and be honored for it? Well, I, for one, trust that you will. Congratulations to you all, and flame forward.
Thank you, Mikhail. Thank you, Dr. Schneider, for those inspiring words. At Nightingale College, various nursing programs help our graduates begin or advance their careers within nursing education. These programs include the Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Licensed Practical Nursing, and Associates of Science in Nursing, and the Practical Nurse Diploma. The two tracks within the Masters of Science in Nursing program, which are the Master of Science in Nursing for Educators and the Master of Science in Nursing Family Nurse Practitioner programs. It's a mouthful. I'm going to tell you that right now. This fall, we also mark the inclusion of a new Masters of Science in Nursing program specializing in psychiatric mental health nurse practitioners. A Master's of Science in Nursing degree opens the doors for nurses to obtain deeper knowledge within a certain specialty and to take advantage of advanced practice opportunities that require a higher level of education. Unlike graduations for undergraduate programs, graduate ceremonies for graduates receiving a master's or doctoral level degree feature hooding ceremonies. Hooding ceremonies, which originated in the 11th or the 12th century, recognize those who have achieved a master's or a doctoral degree. Unlike bachelor ceremonies, sorry, there's a repetition. As the hood is conferred upon a candidate by the faculty member, it represents the graduate's transition from student to colleague and their achievements in becoming a scholar. Today, we honor two graduate candidates. I would like to now invite to the stage Ashley Hatch, a graduate of the Master of Science Family Nurse Practitioner program, for the hooding ceremony. Dr. Sherry Markstad and Danielle Schaaf will be performing the hooding. Right that way. Congratulations. We're proud to recognize Ashley Hatch for her achievements this afternoon. One more time. We'd now like to invite Sarah Magpeo, a graduate of the Master of Science Family Nurse Practitioner program, to the stage for the hooding ceremony. Let's give a round of applause to our 2 master's degree graduates today. And now, I know you've all been waiting for this, we would like to proceed to the walking celebration and the reading of the names of the graduates who completed the requirements for the Bachelor's of Science, Associate of Science, or the Practical Nurse Diploma programs. As we do, we wish to highlight one additional aspect of this unique experience. As learners line up in the transition across the stage, they will be handed a stress ball. Prior to coming on stage, they're invited to drop the stress ball here in the flame, symbolizing leaving this part of their journey behind. When they reach the other side of the stage, they'll be handed a new, different colored stress ball that they can now engage as they enter their professional practice. We trust it will come in handy. As instructed by the ushers, we now will invite the graduates to take their cards with them to the stage and follow the instructions of the ushers, lining up here so that we can begin the ceremony. Guests are invited to cheer for the graduates, but are also reminded to follow the etiquette guidelines in the printed program. We will now begin with the reading of the names. Ushers.
Shaylee Davis.
Cherie Dawson.
Right over here. Congratulations.
Candace.
Right over here, picture.
Candace Coleman.
Congratulations. What?
Marilyn Carrion Ray Galado.
Can't hear it. Right over here. Here, take a picture with you. Right in here. There you go.
Vanessa Renovato.
Madeline Warnant.
Brianna Sawyers.
Bailey R. Smith.
Jessica Renee Frischers.
Mariah Elva Miller.
Divya Singh.
Amanda B. Melnick.
Lakeisha T. Cosby.
Heather Davis.
Danae Gray.
Han Nago.
How no?
Twee Fan.
Isa 2 Ali Bangura. Okay.
Crystal L. Marsh.
Alexandria M. Jenkins.
Marianne Decker.
Imelda Palima.
Yukisha Brown.
Anna Sabanga.
Grant Kabato.
Gladys R. Idelfonso.
Irene Angelie Singh.
Ventishna Lal.
Namrita Lal.
Alicia Shakya.
Jadine Solo Mona.
Sydney McDonald.
Mary Meredith.
Alicia Ortiz.
Andy Nguyen.
Rebecca Igeresley.
Destiny Carter Holland. Joy Harold Onu Okuha.
Oniye Obi Agu.
Komal Dami.
Ashlyn Prakash.
Cindy Sandoval Ochoa.
Tatiana Cuevas Boyd.
Cassie Brown Stroud.
Samantha Harris.
Alfredo Estrada.
Kayla Marie Micklemore.
Venetia Bell.
Jermisha Porter.
Gina Miller.
Monique McBride.
Angela Ramirez.
Patty Shonewald. Bungeon.
Jordan Baer.
Eddie Kirby. Jordan Martinez.
Devin Bungenstock.
Delaney Bynum.
Lucitania Carmenta Rosario. Stina Marie Bignot.
Nicole Nieto.
Alexi Ann Garma Souza.
Susan Kabira.
Clarissa Ramos.
Alicia Botello.
Samantha Morera.
Savannah Manaslovich.
Christy Lynn.
Cheryl Joy Petalver.
Eva Daphne Clemente.
Ariana Grospe.
Lauren Castillo.
Sarah Diane Peterson.
Crystal Pratt.
Yuloma Kanya Soda.
Paulina Aduho Ampong.
Daniel Lee Jacob Sapp.
Jason Ward.
Samantha Ramirez.
Gumicinda Rubio.
Mandy Covarrubias.
Melissa Guadalupe Garcia.
Jessica Feltner.
Jacelyn Cooper.
Frankie Williams.
Iskara Suprasanju. Iskara Suprasanju.
Hatansaya Kimoto.
Saeed Ahmadi.
Amber Gibbons.
Shelby Bynum.
Mariah Hancock.
Catherine Nalin.
Evelyn Peguero.
Naneth Rhodes.
Zandy Weedman.
Emanuela Akinney.
Elizabeth Starback.
Genevieve Bacaro Batista.
Madison Scott.
Ashley Suazo.
Ren Scott.
Riley Monahan. Raquel Francesca Rojas.
Ana Ortega.
Crystal Judge.
Kebra Camilla Jennings.
Brandy Sizemore.
Melody Tyler.
Keisha McSween.
David Zimmerman.
Desiree Watley.
Alexander B. Wolfgram.
Ryan Rigmaiden.
Christopher Lee.
Alexa Barfus.
McKinley Clark.
Alain Lemessy.
Sequoia Don Enrico.
Caitlin Riley Alcorn.
Alexia Sanchez.
Ruby Cervantes.
Karina Robles.
Mark Spencer Chan.
Fabiola Chocto.
Jaspreet Kaur.
Jamie Wirtz.
Mariah Garcia.
Manuel Alaniz.
Brandon Acosta.
Tiffany Lynn All.
Sandra Abbott.
Christina Lee.
Maria Patricia Quadra.
Tanisha Simmons.
Christy Daniel.
Maggie Fernandez.
Erica Woy.
Ronaldo Radford.
Joshua Ladan.
Wesson McConnon.
Mackenzie Butler.
Katie Hawes.
Rachel Brooks.
Isis B. Morales.
Crystal Schrank.
Anthony Nabayo.
Jasmine Rico.
Sarah Rodriguez Esparza.
Ana Gabriela Rodriguez Esteban.
Lori Anya Ramirez.
Francesca Aaliyah Ramirez.
Skylar Sobel.
Denise Lopez.
Samira Bata.
Danny Hickson.
All right. Mark Schmeichel Blair.
Adriana Thomas.
Oluwakemi Obarjuwanlo.
Bademi Hormatade.
Ola Sanmambo Sodimo.
Alexis Tolbert.
Avita Iniguez.
Taylor James.
Brindley Daleabout.
Tiffany Palmer.
Violetta Alonso.
Layla Acosta Ramos.
Grace Dukes.
Michael John Tagatak.
Wyatt Powell Gallardo.
Kimberly Ann Rivera.
Adrian De Jesus.
Jonte Pajot Thomas.
Silky Sharma Kairam. Yes, it is Andrea.
Rhonda Dorsey.
Carol Ann Rodriguez.
Jordan Adcock.
Andrea D. Sang.
Fene Pingamana.
Marcy Mraz.
Mael Reynolds.
Sierra Karpinski.
Ozagomavano Abantin.
We're trying. Christine Joy Alera.
Michelle Ramos Anchetta.
Shirley Germain.
Yolanda Burns.
Ivani Kennedy.
Ariella Cambu Rufani.
Sorry. No, I know. Carmen Morales.
Jennifer Wilson.
Gianna Yoslin Valle. I gotcha.
Sarah Parker.
Oh, where's my pen? It got buried. Sorry. That's too hard. Just kidding. I gotcha. Brittany McCullough. Jamie McMorris.
Susan Lee.
Michelle Lopez.
Ibrahima Cham.
Lainsa Berry.
Olu Wafikeo Victoria Akin Ogonti.
Fataba Kalker.
Bruce Kaiser.
Jillian Chang.
Mary Evans.
I'm not going to tell you down. Tavon Seong.
Jade Wong.
I think. Melissa A. Jacobs.
Autumn Lynn Siebers.
Melissa Joy Tennies.
Tiana Guy.
Veronica Ogwe.
Eden Mabratu.
Ashley Hamilton Gray.
Aisha White Logsden.
Maricela Young.
Bryant Anders.
Maria Wilhelminda Seco.
Aura Wale.
Too hard. I can't do it. Victor Concepcion.
Stephanie Frank.
Kia Shantae Yatewood.
Stephanie Maloney.
I can't do that one. It's too hard. Jeannie Din.
Joyce Marie Lozano Pungpa Karti.
Beatrice Lopez.
Sunny Singh.
Brianna Marie Beebe.
Sharday Vance.
Carlene Pandy. I don't know. I don't know if I can handle that one.
Nana Obaldna.
Alexandria Crump.
Jordan. Jordan Arnett.
Jessica Davis.
Haley Fulmer.
Brianna Jolly.
Aimee Quinones.
Joanne Ray Medios.
Jennifer Elias.
Rosmina Delphin Nolasco.
Elizabeth Okrocha.
Ijima Okrocha.
Nkechi Okorocha.
Jared Cooper.
Tiffany Petsalot.
Kaylee Ann McCoy.
Juan Orantes Sandoval.
Yorico Perez.
Kayla Paget.
Renee Rosales.
Michelle Hempel.
Tabe Laurentine.
Bernadette Sebastian.
Pamela Washington.
Katrina Ramirez.
Is that her? Nina Mary Morales.
Marky Ballard.
Carlene Faye Takia. Christina Silvia Rio Tiri.
right. Congratulations to the fall 2023 and spring and summer 2024 graduated cohorts. However arduous this journey of personal, educational, and professional evolution has been, here you are, a better, more elevated human being. And that is why we are here, to celebrate all of you. Thank you. Thank you for pushing and elevating yourselves to new heights. Growth is never easy, but you have taken a giant leap toward realizing your true potential, toward healing and changing the lives of others for the better, toward improving your families, communities, and ultimately the world. And this step is just the beginning. As you move forward, I invite you to commit to being the best version of yourselves, to embody deliberate involvement and growth, but still be grounded in kindness and humility, to contribute meaningfully to the vision of a better world, to act with integrity, transparency, responsibility, and with a growth mindset, and to always emanate love, trust, and gratitude. So go out into the world, keep learning through formal and continuing education, be proud to be a nurse and all the good that you do. Be a true agent of health. Pay forward the kindness, love, and support you have received, and help make others' dreams come true. Carry forth the light of Florence Nightingale's lamp as you continue learning and growing, and most importantly, never stop dreaming of impossible things and making them a reality. Flame forward. Congratulations, graduates. We'll now begin the processional. We invite family, friends, faculty, and guests to join the reception on the second floor. We invite you to take lots of pictures today. Share them with us on Facebook page and other social media. Use hashtag Nightingale College and hashtag Nightingale 2024. We will begin by excusing all our graduates to make on out. Congratulations.
Congratulations. We now invite all family and friends and graduates to celebrate together on the reception on the second floor.